Our citizenship is in heaven. Powerful words from the Apostle Paul. Words that make a difference. Words that really are a two-edged sword, for they cut both ways. And then he adds, for he will transform this lowly body to conform with his glorious, glorified body. Wow. What a promise. Question is, do we believe that our citizenship is in heaven? Do we believe transform this lowly body and make it like his own in glory? Make it like the body that shone in glory on the top of that holy mountain before Peter, James, and John as he conversed with Elijah and Moses. Conform it to that glorious body that emerged from the tomb that first Easter morning, trampling death underfoot. Do we really believe? It's not intellectually, but here, in the guts, in the core of our being. Do we believe? But then again, that's not the right question. It's really not a question that can be answered corporately. Rather, the question is a question each and every one of us must pose to ourselves. Do I believe? Do I really believe? The depths of my being, in the core of my innermost self, in my guts. Do I believe that my citizenship is not here in this world that is passing away, but in heaven? For if I believe, it must make a difference in our lives. If I truly believe, this is not the end all be all. The way I live day in, day out will be different. Over the years, I'm in the midst of reading yet another one right now. I've read many books, accounts, stories of people who've had supposed near-death experiences. What they are they genuine, actual, or just the activity of a dying brain? I cannot say. But I do know that to a man or woman nearly, those who have had such experiences emerge changed, and they can no longer live their lives in the same manner they had done before. Almost all realize that in the final analysis, one thing and one thing alone matters, and that is love. Love alone survives the grave. Love alone, as it were, makes the world go round. It makes the heavens above them. Doesn't that sound familiar? Does that not sound like the very message of Christ Jesus? And they understand love not as a mere warm, fuzzy feeling, but as a call to transform the world. For once, we realize what truly matters. Once we believe that we are just passing through, and that our citizenship really is in heaven. Once we honestly, in our gut, understand living the same way. Everything must be different. When love truly reigns in our hearts, our priorities are shifted. We know what is truly important. We live in accord with that. Our words, our deeds, the way we treat one another, the way we reach out to the poor, the suffering, the lonely, the sick, and on and on and on. Are do I really believe? Does my life show that belief? Am I transfigured by that belief? Yet it is a two-edged sword, and it cuts the other way as well. There has been a long, long history in Christendom of using that profound truth as an excuse to do nothing in this world. Or worse yet, a device used by the powerful, the well-to-do, to keep the hoi polloi in their place. Don't complain about how bad you have it, because it's going to be so much better in the world to come. And that kind of attitude is what caused Marx to call religion the opiate of the people. The profound truth was used, misused, misunderstood. Again, those who have gone through near-death experiences come back with a completely different point of view. Having survived death, at least in their minds, they come back, no longer fearing death. Oftentimes they say how they hated to come back. But yet, once they are back, they are renewed in their belief of how important this world, this life is. And they realize that every moment, every deed counts. They realize that they need to make a difference. Having experienced, again, at least in their mind, the most incredible experience imaginable, they don't come back thinking this life is pointless and it doesn't matter and we just need to rush through it. No, they finally appreciate on a much deeper level that this world is good. This life is a gift. It is to be lived. It is to be celebrated. It is to be savored. And that because this world is good, because this life matters, each and every life is important. And we have a positive obligation to reach out to them. We can't slough it off. We can't say, don't worry, don't complain, you'll be better when you get to heaven. No. Our citizenship is in heaven. We are not passing through this veil of tears. But as we pass through, we are called by our baptism to make a difference. Make the world better. Many try to make the world better. Many Because those kind of attitudes, well, often well-intended, simply see this world as an end unto itself. We've got to make this world as good as it can be because this is all there is. And such efforts are bound to failure. The only way we can succeed, the only way we can make a difference, the only way we can transfigure our world is by living our baptismal call. And believing that yes, indeed, our citizenship is in heaven. That this lowly body will be transformed to conform to his glorified body. And precisely because of those realities, we have an obligation here and now. That is the challenge, the paradox even. Our citizenship is in heaven, and yet that truth means we must take this life all the more seriously. We must be all the more certain to do all we can to transform it, to build up the kingdom. Unlike the social utopians who think the kingdom can come and be here, we know that'll never happen. But we do know the world can be better. Our citizenship is in heaven. This lowly body will be transformed to conform to his glorified body. Do I believe that? Do you believe that? In the very marrow of our being. Do we believe that? If we do, if we truly do, then everything about the way we live must be different. Freed from the fear that death is the end. Freed from the selfishness that I have to get as much as I can right here, right now, before it all runs out. Free of the illusion that I have no obligation to others. Free of the belief that it's all about me and me alone, because this is my world and I have nothing else. Freed from all of that. Truly, we can. Truly, we will make a difference. And we will make this world, although never perfect, an ever closer representation, experience of the kingdom, which we have a foretaste here at the table as we feast at the wedding banquet